Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We were at the 2025 edition of the Chicago Auto Show, and of course I had to stop at the Rivian booth because there's something I've been wanting to see in person and share it with you. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this vehicle right here. This is it. This is an all-new 2027 Rivian R3X. But before we get into this new entryway into Rivian, let's talk about what's going on here. So electrification has been the name of the game, and a lot of people have been talking about where is the industry going. Well, guess what? Rivian is here to take a very interesting approach of style, sophistication, and brand philosophy to a wider group of people. Now, it all started with the R1T, that electrified truck. Then it moved over to the R1S, which is that mid-sized three-row SUV. We already brought you the R2 last year while we were in New York, and now we have the R3X. Now, the R3 comes two different ways, standard R3 or in this high-performance version, R3X. What I want to find out though is if you're going to be looking down the road, because like I said, this is a 2027 model year vehicle, if you're going to be looking for an electrified hot hatch of a vehicle, is this the way to go over the competition? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Rivian and find out. Right off the bat, I love the shape of this vehicle. It really harks back to the 1980s rally cars. And I'm glad to see them taking such a unique approach to their style. At the front of the business, on this smaller platform, remember this is an all new platform, it's their smallest in the lineup, you're gonna have full LED daytime running lamps, especially that oval shape around the triple stack LED headlights. Very familiar design, but here's some of the things unique about the R3X. Look at the way they shape that lower front fascia area. You do have some flat black. We got a little bit more illumination and functional corner air curtains in the fender flare trim. You're gonna get two bright orange recovery tow hooks. And even the way that they painted this, a nice metallic gray finish, much better than just gloss black. I'm glad they didn't just gloss black this thing to death. It really helps give it a nice balanced look. You are gonna get a forward-facing camera, and then you do have functionality on this lower grille area with a little bit of silver trim. But definitely, like I said, keeping that design philosophy, R1T, R1S, R2, and this R3X, it all falls into alignment. Now, as we rise up, there's that Rivian badge, really pops nicely with the black and the yellow, and then you are gonna have your front-mounted hood that opens up. I love this sort of like forest teal green color. Really gives it a unique attitude. Underneath that hood, you're actually gonna have three motors on the R3X. There also will be other options for the R3, including a single motor option as well. But what are we looking at? Three motors from the R1S. You're looking at 850 horsepower, 1,103 pound-feet of torque. We're expecting a range of 300 plus miles. There's gonna be two battery options, large and small. And to charge, you're looking on a DC fast charger, 10 to 80% in just 30 minutes. So we're looking at some nice charging capability, and we're definitely looking at a lot of performance. Now on the R3, the entry-level R3, there will be a single motor option, which will be out back. The way that this one is set up is one motor up front, two motors out back. Now, when it comes to wheel and tire, what do we got going on here? Really love the way they did this rally-esque, almost like turbofan style wheel. This is a 19-inch wheel, nice gunmetal, flat gunmetal gray finish, and then look at the clean machined aluminum. I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around and angle in there because they have these bright orange calipers. They're hard to see, but they're there they are, bright orange calipers, almost like an orangish red. Matches our Rivian name badge, and you'll see that we have these Continental Terrain Traction Plus tires. Gonna give you some nice grip to do some back road kind of rally style-esque driving. You got your flat black fender flare, and then I like the way they brought the Rivian name on this back portion as well. Looks really great right there. And then of course we rise up, we're gonna go to the other side give Lori a little bit more room to kind of work with. But the proportions of this, I don't know if Lori can show. We have the R2 right next to it, so that is going to be that little smaller size crossover, and then this is on their smallest platform. Now, one of the things I want to have Lori kind of do is swing around and show you that functional fender venting on the side. I love the way the indentation from the door comes down the side of the vehicle. You're going to have these bright red orange mirror caps, gives it a nice distinct look. And then of course we have the Rivian Sasquatch. We can't go without him. We love him. Gloss black painted on the A-pillars, and then you have that nice flat roof. Look at that, with our panoramic glass roof, doesn't open, but you have the ability to get crossbars, nicely located. And then, like I was saying, the flush mounted door handles, and on the bottom portion, that side sill kind of extends out. That's another design cue you find like on the R2 and the R1S, is how it extends out a little. Love the way they sculpted it to flow nicely with the fender flares. You can see how we have that pass through with the fender flares for that air to come down the side of the vehicle. Another thing you're gonna see is the way that the roof is set up, it's gonna give you tons of passenger volume in there because everybody's gonna have the same amount of headroom. Now coming towards the rear, love the way they work that rear quarter window, a little bit of gloss black trim, and Lori's gonna kind of swing around and drop back to show off the back of this vehicle. You do have a very WRC Rally-esque rear spoiler. You do have the exposed wiper. I'm okay with that because there's really nowhere to hide it here. And you can see the, look, there's my fingers. That pass through is your third brake light, high mounted third brake light. You do have an exposed wiper, but that kind of goes with the hot hatch kind of look. And then as we work our way down, look at that. Look at the way they did that floating rear light bar in the center. The Rivian name literally pops. I know Lori likes when people say literally pops off of the back hatch area. That R3X badge. Like I said, X means we got 3 motors, over 1,000 pound-feet of torque in this small little hot hatch. And then just like up front, they did a great job sculpting the lower portion. And you'll see that it says adventurous forever. That's what Rivian is all about, is going on that crazy adventure. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and show you what the R3X is all about. All right, guys, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and we got permission to actually be inside this 2027 R3X. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, it doesn't matter to me unless I can afford it. How much is it? Well, here's the surprising part. The R3X estimated price, what they're expecting, is starting at $45,000 and topping out at $55,000. The R3 is expected to be in the 30s. That seems to be more affordable than what a lot of these EVs have been all about. And if you look at, say, the Ioniq 5N, which would definitely be a competitor to this, that thing is like $70,000. I like the way this looks a lot better than the Ioniq 5N. But let's see what the interior is all about. To the door panels. I love how Rivian is bringing up their level of materials. You got the two-tone stitching. Even on the armrest, the two-tone stitching. Push button to open up the door, no gloss black. And then on the lower portion, you have a nice sized pocket, easily get 4 Chicago pretzels and a big old container of mustard in there to dip it in. Going from the door panel to the dash, you'll notice how they did this like speckled paint job. Gives it a nice kind of young, fun, adventurous feel. Love all the sustainable materials, the Rivian badge. That's another thing. Everything in here is sustainable. It's all been recycled over and over and over again. When you come in, you got this massive, over 15-inch infotainment system. We're in rally mode, special rally mode. Love all the graphics and everything. Down below, you'll be able to keep your helmet, your rally helmet, and maybe some driving gloves. Love the way you got this place to put your phone in case you need to, do a FaceTime with somebody as you're rallying. Soft touch material, all that great stitching. Open it up. Ooh, there's some goodies in there. I wonder what this does. Ooh, I'll put that back. I don't know if I was supposed to go in there. Seats, the two-tone. Look at the way they have it all done with almost like this burlap material, really like a wicker material. Full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, of course. Up top, you do have that panoramic glass roof. And what's cool is that this is really focusing on also camping and overlanding. These front seats can fold flat, along with the rear seat where you could turn this in to a little bedroom with an air mattress. So why don't you come over here though to the business end. I want to show you behind the wheel in this Rivian. All right guys, we're behind the wheel, the business time in this Rivian R3X. I like the way you have your Rivian aluminum sill plate, pedal box right out of a rally car, aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. You got all your seat controls, easy to get to. Seats are actually really comfy, and I love the fact that they have all these cool materials. It just brings that extra special factor of Rivian. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here, and you could get that helmet on and go rallying down your favorite back road. Steering wheel, look at this. Two-tone material, love the thumb wheel drive controls, and that's all that's there. And the horn, of course. But I love the stitch work. You have your headlight, your turn signal, and your windshield wiper all hollowed out. And then you got that beautiful digital gauge cluster. Look at that. Oh man, that looks fantastic there right in the center. The only thing that this doesn't have is a head-up display, which I'm kind of surprised. But it does have power. Over 800 horsepower in this little thing. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see what kind of room there is in the R3X. All right guys, back seat time in this R3X. And what's incredible is with the flat roof and the panoramic glass roof design, it does make everything nice, open and airy. My only complaint is how high my knees are. I'm a little bummed out about that, especially with this being an EV. But you'll notice how you have these awesome accessory straps where you have all sorts of goodies that you could strap in. And then you do have air. You have AC vents that air comes out of, 2 USB-Cs, all that great stitching. I got my blanket because I'm going to sleep in this tonight at the auto show. And like I said, the only thing I'm a little bothered by is how high my knees are. This obviously folds down for that center armrest, but I love the way they did the seat design. It really, really looks cool. And the seat belts with the blue pinstripe worth an extra 5 horsepower. As if we didn't have enough at 850. But let's go ahead, let's get in the cargo area and see what kind of space there is in this R3X. All right guys, this is the coolest part of the back that I didn't even know functioned like this. You actually have a dual opening rear. So you have the flipper back, which the whole rear glass and part of the hatch opens up. And then of course you could bring up the whole piece like you usually find in a hot hatch. Now with having that great lighting and the flipper back up, you could see the amount of space we have. And like I was telling you, front seats will fold flat, so will the rear seats as well. Nice to have that versatility and that function. And one thing also that I wanted to point out is that I talked about how it's not what you know, but who you know. Not only do I know the right people to help me get access to this Rivian R3X, part of the deal was I had to match it. So that's why I have my matching Rivian Raiti's Ride shirt that goes with my pants to match the Rivian R3X. Another thing that I think is so exciting is that they're actually launching the R3X first before they launch the R3, which to me makes sense because this is the one everybody's drooling over. Why not give the people what they want, which is gonna be that hotter version of the R3 known as this R3X. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do you like the direction that Rivian is going in? Are they going in a direction that you feel, when it comes to electrification, is unique, brings a lot of the same values that you have, and of course, at the end of the day, some fun driving experience? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for Lori working that camera. So thank you, Lori, for working so hard here at the Chicago Auto Show. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.